What's up? Good morning. Welcome to the flight deck on this morning. We are going to be flying from Atlanta. I'm sorry, from Houston over to Atlanta. This morning, I'm starting with a completely cold and dark aircraft. Um, One thing that I have pointed out on other videos is that I'm extremely new to the A320. I've never flown it before, but I have flown a lot. Mostly the 737, the PMDG with the former flight sim, and the Zebo mod with X-Plane. So, and just Boeing products. So this whole thing takes a lot to get used to. I'm still learning a lot, so I'm not probably going to run through checklists and things like you normally would. This particular version of the plane is it is the patch. So this is not the default 320. This is the 320 that has some improvements to the systems, APU, fuel, things of that sort. So very much excited about this. So let's go ahead and get it popping. Now again, with being pretty new to the aircraft, I mean, I personally will just come in here and almost kind of let the co-pilot, if you will, kind of auto complete these things that we need to complete. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on auto complete, and we'll see and hear the aircraft. Come on now. I gotta turn down the sounds because I feel like they're just a little bit too high. So we'll just bring the master down just a little. Okay. So one of the first things that I'm going to do personally, because in this particular mod, it takes a while for the IRS to align. So I'm going to go ahead and switch those over to nav right now, and just get that process started. Now, like I said, extremely new to this aircraft. Don't know a whole lot about it. So again, I'm still learning. This will be a learning process. I know I'm not going to do things 100% by the book, but we'll have some fun. We'll have some fun. I love one of just graphically is just so amazing. The I love how when you're changing the brightness of these screens, I mean it's not just only affecting the brightness. As you can see, it's affecting the environment. So it makes everything lighter. You get a little bit more light down here. You get more light on the instrument panels and things of that sort. I just think it's super cool to see that. This thing really impresses me graphically often. So let's see. So let's go ahead and get some more lights on. It's pretty early in the morning right now. It's about 6 something out in Houston. So we can see the APU. Uh, the APU's on. Okay, so again, I want to run through some of these things, but definitely let the co-pilot handle running through these checklists. So we're good there. Let's come into the FMC for a second. We'll take a look at a few things and just make sure everything's set up correctly. So um, we'll do a cost index of 16. Our cruise altitude today is going to be 310. And we'll align that way, and Like I say, I'm not running through this stuff 100% like I should be, but I do want to just get up in the air too and get flying. So should be. Okay. So we'll do a flaps 1 takeoff. We'll get our speeds entered in there. Let's check our flight plan out real quick. Uh, 360-310 on down. Okay, so everything looks great there. We'll hit up ATC. We'll get clearance. Okay, so we got clearance. Let's just run through some more of these. Checklist here. Okay, cool. So we'll sit here for a moment. We'll wait for the IRS to align. Uh-oh. Oh, no, we're okay. We'll wait for the IRS to align, and then from there, we'll get ready to get out of Dodge. Let's just hop in a computer real quick. I'm still learning this FMC. It's quite different from not extremely different from the 737, but it's different enough to where it takes some getting used to for sure. And I definitely would also say that the autopilot, the autopilot as well takes some getting used to. So just this whole managed mode and all of that, I mean, it actually is not bad once you kind of learn it and start getting to it. It's not terrible. So I want to, let's see, where are the lights? I can't remember where the lights are for the oh, okay, there we go. The little flood on. I think that might have did what I was wanting. Yeah. Okay. And that's going to be too bright. Oh, that's the... Okay. Well, we can leave it off for now. We don't necessarily need it. I'd love to get this upper lit up, but I don't know. Not 100% sure where the lights are on this overhead panel here. See wipers. I won't worry about it right now. All right, so once we get aligned, we're gonna get ready to push back and get out of Dodge. Let me look back in this here. Something just hit me where this is saying 3.6. They want us at 3.70. So let's see. I don't know if I can change that. Oh yeah, there it is. So they want us 3.70. So we'll be 3.70. Okay. And so there we go. We're aligned. We are on our way out of here very soon. So I kind of parked. I'm not very familiar with Houston's airport. So I kind of parked in an area that I definitely not the right place to be at. But what we'll do is we'll just get pushed back, and we'll just have to do what we do. So that's all. So we're gonna taxi on down the runway 33. Obviously, I'm in a weird place here, but we'll taxi around. It's fine. Probably go in the grass a little bit, but it is what it is. So we'll get her done. So let's go ahead and get our pushback. Interesting. So you're saying that there's no pushback tug, which means that I am, I'm definitely not at the right place. So I'll see if it'll auto push us back, but maybe not. So yeah, I parked in like the super wrong area. What we'll do to get back is we'll turn the engines on right now, and then we'll just use like the thrust reversers or whatever to get back. I mean, that's the only thing I can really think of without starting everything all over again. So, all right, so let's get the engines. Let's get the engines going here. All right, so we'll start 2. Hopefully, my last flight I had such a hard time trying to get these engines started. Let's see if it see what it does today. Yep, getting the same thing that was happening before. So let me go ahead and turn off this master switch here. We'll just start them up like that. So we'll start to get rotation. We got ignition. Everything's looking great. There we go. We got both the engines coming up. Sounds so amazing. These engines sound great on this A320 and in the sim. So it should be a really nice departure. I mean, early morning we should be flying into the daylight, so that should be nice. Okay, so let's go back to ACT. They gave me squawk. So 3504 will be our squawk. So we'll get that entered in. All right. So after engine start. All right. So again, didn't park in the right place. This is not normal, but just to get backed up here, I'm going to use the thrust reversers here to push back. Push back just a little more. And there we go. All right, so I don't know what the air traffic control is going to give us as far as taxiing, but all right. So we'll taxi around to the tower in just a moment. Okay. All right, so we are going to get the heck out of Dodge here. So we are ready to taxi. Taxi lights are on. So like I said, this taxi is going to be a little weird. I'll probably be in some grass or something. Again, not very familiar. This is my first, maybe second time flying out of here. I didn't even really know where I was parking at, which is okay. Okay, so I got to turn all the way around. Then there should be a taxiway right in front of us. The sky looks amazing. Oh, it's like a little short one. Yeah, I don't know where the heck I parked at. Well, oh, no. You just come out this way. Okay. I was looking at this little alley thing like, oh, no, that's not going to work. Okay. Yeah, so not too terrible of a taxi. It's okay. I'll get used to the airport more the more I fly out of it. So I do have multiplayer or live traffic on. So these are the planes that you'll see with the tags over them are other aircraft that are live, like myself, just enjoying a nice Saturday morning flight. So all right, let's get a relatively short taxi. So we'll go ahead and we'll go flaps 1 just to prepare that for takeoff. There's another fellow flight simmer. All right. All right. So we have our takeoff clearance. All right. So we're gonna get ready to take off here. Taking off here. There is B1. Tail up. We're up. Do the gear up. Oh, okay. Too fast. It's okay. Always forget to bring. It's a lot different with this Airbus. You got to bring that throttle back down appropriately. So. Okay, so at this point, what we'll do, we'll turn the autopilot on. Do managed altitude, manage speed, manage heading. Nice little look outside. Their frames are not good today with running XSplit on top of the sim, but it's all good. It'll probably work out. Alright, so we'll go flaps 1 at this point. Disarm the spoilers. Like I said, it should be a beautiful morning flight as we're heading over to Houston. bit more, give you a nice view of Houston there. So, I mean, yeah, leaving Houston. So, man, beautiful morning. Everything's looking great. Just gonna head over to Atlanta. The flight time is about, with landing, you know, like gate to gate, it's about an hour. I think it said an hour and 48 minutes or something like that. So, it shouldn't be too bad. All right, so we're gonna keep climbing up. We're just gonna go up to our cruise altitude, since air traffic control kind of told us to continue on our own navigation. So that's what we'll do. I got it on managed, so it should just climb itself. Oh, I see. Yeah, it just wants us up. So I mean, it should start climbing more. Now, I kind of want to get up there, so I'm going to choose to climb manually. It's not the longest flight in the world, so we kind of want to get up to cruise altitude as soon as we can. But beautiful morning. Look at that outside. I'll give you a quick outdoor view. It's unbelievable how beautiful this thing is out of the box. Just an absolutely stunning piece of software. In a minute here, we're gonna actually make a turn. That's gonna put us more into sunrise, but check that out. Hitting a little bit of turbulence in these clouds, but it's all good. We're gonna climb through them. I think the weather for me is one of the more impressive things with the simulator. Right now, I'm running, I guess XSplit is causing some issues with my frame rate a little bit, but when you're flying at, you know, over 60 frames a second and you come in and out of these cloud layers, it is just It's absolutely stunning. Like I took a flight from Galveston to Houston a few weeks ago, and I think I might even had it on live weather, and it was just I had never nothing, maybe FSX years ago, Active Sky Next would give you, something like that, or even something remotely similar, but like it was just so beautiful. I was like, whoa. So we're climbing out, and I'm getting used to it. I really, really am getting used to this A320. Um, but it takes some getting used to. I mean, it's amazing how different, or I should say, when you've been flying a plane for so long, it's amazing the things that you get used to hearing and the things that are so different. How the plane performs, how the engines perform, like it's such a different aspect, like in this Airbus. you know um I feel like my landings I've been getting a little bit better at. I have not gone down the ILS route yet with the plane. Been watching some tutorials and things, like trying to see, trying to see about learning that a little bit more. So, but it's just a beautiful morning for our flight, man. We should be getting into Atlanta right around 9:30, I would say. 9. I didn't start my chronos. That's one thing I didn't do. But we should be getting in there right around 9:15, 9:30. So, all right, we're gonna do. Uh, all right, we got 0462 in the box, so we're good there. So continue on. All right, we're good. We are great. The small little things that you notice. Look at this, man. Look at this. I'm sure you can see that. Look at the little scratches on the screen, maybe from the windshield wipers. Um, you get more over here from who knows what. But obviously, like, this plane is, you know, just to see those things through the window, the little small things that just really make this simulator shine graphically, is just nice. So we're gonna make this right turn up here. We have a beautiful view of the sunrise here in about 10 nautical miles or so, I would say. A little more, about 15. But I think getting the plane up and running, like starting the 320 Neo, I would say is an easier process than the 737. I feel like there's more steps, there's more things that you have to do, but it's very similar. APU, fuel. I mean, it all follows the same principle. It's just learning how the systems work. Like the Airbus's autopilot system is totally different from the 737, just completely. And I think one of the things that are, there's so many different modes, and I'm learning these modes and stuff like that. But one of the things that is really different is the auto throttle. Well, the throttles themselves. You know, for example, then this took me a little bit to get, but you can kind of see how there's these different notches basically. And so when you're taking off whatever, you're putting this into a knot, it will click in. But for auto throttle to work, you have to be in between, you know, this line here for auto throttle. But when I was doing it before, I was leaving it here and like, why is the auto throttle not working? So there's certain like notches, like we're on climb right now because we're climbing, for example. So, but little things take some getting used to. This little effect I've noticed is new. I don't think that I noticed this before, but you can kind of see as we're turning, the plane is giving just a little vibration. We're turning through the air. I mean, we're going real fast, and you can just see it. Especially with this widescreen monitor, it just immerses you in there. Especially, when you can see those little details. But for now, man, we're just gonna cruise. Like I say, we get turned towards just this beautiful, beautiful sunrise this morning. It's shaping up to be a nice looking day out in Atlanta too. Maybe a little overcast, but we'll see what happens when we get there. You can see, I mean, it's overcast with so many clouds. So. At first I was doing a lot of GA flights because I personally, I did not like. Well, I was like, look, I know that PMDG and all these guys are going to release some airplanes, some 737 or something for this. I knew, not even knowing the A320, I just knew like first getting in it before like, the update, the fly-by-wire update. I knew that it was like, there were a lot of things missing. I'm just like, I don't know this plane like immensely, but I know all of this stuff should be working. There were a lot of things like how you would see here or in other areas that said like inoperable. It's just like, oh gosh, but they've really done a great job so far. With the whole plane and the whole system. Again, like I said, those little small graphical things that you notice, like look at the reflection here, and as I'm changing, the PFD brightness, look right here. You can even see those green words like coming off the reflection up here. You're getting these reflections. I mean, that stuff is small to people. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look how much that came on and all of that. That stuff might seem like small bananas to certain people, but this is just stuff that when you've been flight simming for a long time, you just notice. You notice those little small things like that, So. Okay, so we're leveling off here at 310. This is what air traffic control gave us. Oh, okay, so they actually want us up to 380 now. So we can do that. So we'll go up a little bit more. So we got a while to go here, so we're just sit back and enjoy the flight. I'll be back soon, and we'll just keep rocking and rolling. Okay, thank you for rocking with me along our flight on today. We'll come back into the flight deck and start to look at things a little bit for our descent into Atlanta. Like I say, this is only my third flight with this plane, so bear with me. It may not be, excuse me, please. It may not be pleasant. It's not going to be by the book. I know that much because I'm still trying to learn the air traffic control. I mean, the autopilot system in this plane. Like I said, I've been flying the 737 for years. I feel extremely comfortable with that, but this 320 Neo is a totally different thing. So, but I'm getting used to it. I mean, I'm getting used to it. I did a flight from Detroit over to Columbus yesterday, and it went very well. It went very well. I mean, it took a long time. I was way too slow, but I guess I wanted to make sure everything was cool. But yeah, it took a little too long. So, but I would say we'll probably be landing within the next 30 minutes or so. So for now, we're just gonna chill out. So I know I got to do this descent right into Atlanta or this arrival. Now I have to do some more, you know, watch some more tutorials and things around the FMC because I don't know how to necessarily go in here and change these altitudes if I wanted to, like, you know, if I wanted to start kind of stepping down or whatever. Because here it does something kind of weird. Oh no, we're okay. Right, because I need to go up. Okay, so that makes sense. But okay, right, and then we come down, down. So I mean, we're set up nicely. I think it's just the descent part for me that I think is kind of weird. But let's see, we're about to be at Vulcan. Okay, so anyway, we'll work it out. We'll get down. It'll be all right. It will be good. Another quick outside view here. Beautiful morning. I like the plane. Of course, in style and all of that. I mean, it's very similar to the 737, but it's just so different to fly. Like it's so different. So getting used to that just takes a little bit of time. So here in a minute, I mean, we have a bit to go still before our descent. So start looking at our descent checklist here. And I don't even have the charts up or anything for Atlanta right now. Like I said, I wanted to get a nice flight in and this morning, so I'm just hanging out. What do you mean by what did ATC tell me? But oh yeah, we gonna get down today. Hopefully I get a good landing. You know, I'm still I'm still learning the physics a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator and airliners. Like I say, this is only my third, maybe fourth flight, you know. With the airliner, it's a lot different than X-Plane. It's totally different than FSX. I mean, it just kind of felt like you were flying on rails in FSX, but I mean, it's just real dynamic. I feel like, I feel like the flight model is really good, but it's just things you get used to, and very, I think like clearance is a thing. Like, you know, the like, it's hard to explain, but just like trying to get it on the ground and smoothly. But I think hopefully we'll be all right today. I won't overthink it. Hopefully I won't overthink it because I'm live streaming. But hopefully I won't overshoot it or something. So today we're not doing a ILS approach. We'll be doing a visual RNAV. I think we're going to be doing, yeah, excuse me, 27 right. So we'll be 27 right into Atlanta. So it'll be cool. I think the approach will be nice. Where we're kind of going, might get a nice little view of downtown and that, potentially. Downtown, Midtown. Now, right now, I am in selected altitude mode. So I'm going to decrease. Well, I should kind of wait. Actually, I should kind of wait for air traffic control to tell me to descend. Maybe I'll try it. I know air traffic control is a little wonky on here, but we'll just roll with it and see. We'll see what air traffic control tells us to do. If I feel like I'm getting close and they're not telling me what I should be hearing, then I'll just bring it in manually. But we'll see. We'll just see what they want us to do. I'll stay at 370, but I'll plan for the 310 because I feel like that's what they're going to give us. I don't have the arrival charts up in front of me. Of course, I could always just look on there. I guess I could pull them up and take a look at it, but nah, I'm not gonna pull them up. It doesn't matter. I'll get down. Now, I fly into Atlanta a lot, but I don't typically come from the west. I typically come from either the north. I fly a lot out of Columbus, so maybe I'll do a Columbus to Atlanta. Or I'll do I've done a lot of LaGuardia to Atlanta, New York, things like that. So I'm familiar with the arrivals coming from the south and coming from the west, but I'm not very familiar with this arrival. So it'll be good though. Um, excuse me. Yeah, this is real time. I took off earlier during the sunrise, but yeah, this is real time. So right now it's 9:07. Depending on where I am, I don't know where the time zone changes. I don't know where the time zone changes. I don't know if it changes in Alabama or I don't know, but it's 9:07 in Atlanta, where I live in Atlanta. So there we go. We're contacting Atlanta Center. They're telling us to just continue as planned at this point, so that's fine. We'll see if they've made any improvements to the air traffic control. I know that they recently installed an update that should help. So oh, okay, cool. So we'll just continue in here. Should be landing here relatively soon. Let's pull up our checklist. I would say at this point we're probably 60 to 80 nautical miles away from our descent. So we'll do some things in preparation for that, but we'll do it around 30-ish nautical miles to what I'm thinking we should start to get altitudes from air traffic control as we get closer, but we'll see. This plane is the Airbus A320 Neo, and you and I are in the same boat. I don't know a whole lot about the plane either. As I've mentioned a few times, I'm brand new to the Airbus. I bought the base. I didn't really buy Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have Game Pass, and so it was kind of free-ish. Not free because you pay for Game Pass, but you understand. But I just have the standard Microsoft Flight Simulator, and so as far as airliners, there's either the 747, I think 800, and then this plane, which initially I wasn't flying this plane because I was like, yo, I'm gonna wait. Like, I know PMDG is gonna put something out soon. I know someone's gonna do something, and make a 737, because for me, it's kind of like it takes a long time. Like, it took me a long time in the beginning, years and years ago, 8 years ago or whatever, learning like the PMDG and like the 737 and system. Like, this stuff takes a long time. So going from like one thing to another, like flying the 737 and flying the A320 is two totally different things. So I'm still getting used to it. And then the 747 that they have is just totally the default one. I can't even fly that thing because I've flown what was it, iFlies or someone I had for X-Plane. I had it might have been what's it called, Fly Fact something. Anyway, I had a Payware 747-800 that I didn't fly often, but I flew it enough to know that this default 747 is like terrible. So hopefully similar to, so this isn't the base, like I mentioned, this isn't the base 320 Neo. This is the fly-by-wire, kind of similar to what the Zebo did with the 737 and X-Plane, kind of open source, or I don't want to necessarily say open source, but freeware that's as close to payware or something you get from PMDG or another third party. So I mean, they'll be making improvements. I mean, it's much better than the base. I couldn't even begin to fly the base 320. I just was like, yo, what the heck? And the autopilot, I think, was broken on day one. It was just like, what is this? This is not even possible. The map. Which map? I think I got it up on the right. Can I do a landing? I don't know, man. This is like I said, this is a totally different aircraft. One of the things is the auto throttle is really weird how it is. So I'm still getting used to that. What ends up happening is so right now, for example, and I don't necessarily know how this is supposed to be done, but right now I am in auto throttle, but I'm notched in, I think CL is climb, so I'm notched in climb, and I believe, and I haven't tested this, maybe I'll test it right now. I believe that if I take this out of notch, if I take this out of climb, I mean, that the auto throttle is still going to work, right? Like, the plane's not going to slow down. Because I'm in auto throttle, right? Or no? Am I slowing down? Okay, I am slowing down, but because I'm going below. Like, it's not following. It's not following me exactly to what I'm doing, like on this, right? So you can see the throttle position changes. This little dot right here shows the throttle position, right? So when I'm changing, it's not, okay, I see auto now. Okay, I see, and then I see climb. Oh, okay. So if I'm notched into climb, and that's auto. Okay. Boom, I got it. So that's auto, which is out of the notch. Got you. Got one, makes 100% sense. But the issue is I have to pull the throttles back, like on approach, to match the speed, because when you hit this, when you turn auto throttles off, if the lever is in this position, then the plane speeds up to this when you hit this. Now I don't know if that's supposed to happen in real life or whatever the case may be. And I'm so used to the 737 moving automatically, but it doesn't appear that this moves automatically at all. It just, there's an auto throttle system here, sort of regardless of where you have the lever, if that makes sense. I don't know, probably doesn't, but whatever. So it's just one of those interesting things that I'm still getting used to with the plane. So anyway, okay, so at this point I really feel like I'm pretty close to where I should start to get some descent. So we'll see if I get that. So they still have me as planned, and like I said, I'm gonna keep going for a little bit, but if I'm not liking what I'm seeing, then I'm definitely okay. Just want to verify everything's entered in there correctly, and it is, so that's good. Alright, so right now I'm just gonna chill. I would say pretty soon here. And I'm just trying to see if air traffic control does this or not. But, otherwise, you'd have a conversation and get down. You know what I mean? Say your intentions, whatever. But air traffic control would have your flight plan and know as well, but we'll see. My biggest thing is not getting behind, just standing. I don't know what I was saying, I'm sorry, multitasking, but okay. All right, so let's check. Yeah. So I technically should be descending at this point. So I'm just gonna do it on my end, and now I'm gonna try. What is my thing? What do they want me at? 310, right? So I'm gonna try this managed, and we'll just see if it works. A part of me kind of feels like it might even still be broken. So we'll see what happens. So air traffic control's gonna start yelling at me because I descended, but that's fine. So anyway, I want to see if this actually works. So I'm gonna bring this down below the 310, and I want to see if it keeps me at 310 or if it will go below it, because I feel like it's still broken. So. But it looks like the nose is coming up a little. I mean, it's... I don't know. It's a very interesting how it reacts. I don't know if it's supposed to react like that, or if it's just like a glitch in the game, or a glitch with the with this particular plane, and or a glitch with the fly-by-wire. Because as you saw, like, I was descending, right? But then it leveled out and then descended some more, which I'm just not used to that type of behavior. Like with the 737, that would never happen. So I don't know if that's just like a glitch, or if that's how like the A320 comes down. Like I don't know. It's an interesting thing, but yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. It should stop us here. Should start seeing that nose come back up, the engine start coming back up, and level us out at 310. My next question is though, so I should be in, managed, what they call managed altitude mode, which will be VNAV, right, in the 737. So technically, this should, just match on down. So I should be at 310 here, 262, and I should just be stepping on down as long as everything is correct. What's been kind of happening is once I reach 310, it levels out, but it doesn't keep going down. So we'll see if it does. I feel like it might. So. And so we're coming down. Good. We're still descending, which is what you will want to see. Now we're making good time. We're right on time. I started the chrono maybe 15 minutes late. So this flight should be about an hour and 50 minutes. Gate to gate. I'll probably come in slower because I'm not proficient, you know what I mean? But we should see this right around 140 probably by the time we get to the ground. So still got a little bit to go. So So we're still starting our slow descent. I don't know where the, let's see if I can find where the seatbelt sign is on this here aircraft. Oh, looks like you're right here. Is that right? Yeah, seatbelt. So we'll turn seatbelts on, and then, well, no smoking, obviously, right? Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. Cool. So seatbelt signs are on. No smoking sign, obviously. So we'll keep descending. The other thing that I miss having is that heads-up display. I think that's such a nice touch. But we'll just focus on our gauges coming down. So still descending. Okay, there we go. It looks like it's increasing. Because according to the computer, we should be at 262, and we're at 291 right now with about 8 nautical miles to go. So, and then again, that might be me. I might have started the descent a little late, but the good thing is I know that we can catch up, so I'm not behind the 8 ball too much. And it looks like we might still hit that 26, but in the case that we didn't, it's easy. I'll slow down a little bit and come on in. So right now we're right over Georgia. It's pretty much how it looks outside today too right now. Kind of a bluish, I don't know, maybe the way the clouds are, it's like it looks just like it does. So yeah, so now, which is weird, now you can see we're taking like a freaking nosedive, trying to get to 26, trying to hit that 262 by the time we get there. And I just feel like, the smart autopilot would have known like how far we were away and compensated by, pitching us down. Like, that's typically what I'm used to, So that's just different. That's something that's different. We're gonna kind of start going through the clouds a bit, which I expect we'll probably hit a little bit of turbulence, but so it might be nice to kind of look at from the outside. The optimization issues still definitely haunt this simulator right now, even with some of the updates that have come out. As you see right now, I'm probably running a good 55 to 60 frames. But as soon as I go into the cockpit, that drops down probably to around 27, 30, something like that. Maybe a little more, maybe 35, but definitely not what you get on the outside. I know there's a lot of things going on in here which causes that to happen, because all of these screens are on, and depending how it's all set up, like I know it there's just more resources inside here because there's more things working. There, all of this needs to be displayed. The trim wheel is spinning a little bit. You know, I get it, but with with a 2080 Ti and Core i7 whatever, like I just feel like I should be getting a little bit better frames in the cockpit. But I'm also not complaining because what you get out of the box is pretty amazing, you know. So I don't have any complaints like that. I'm used to like speeds being here, so that's also something that I gotta figure out. You know, I guess I try to go into speed mode or something and control that myself, because I'm not really sure how. I don't know what I am supposed to reference from the computer that tells me what the speed is that I'm going to be hitting at these points if it's not in here. And I think maybe it's probably just something that I maybe didn't set up right, but at the end of the day, I'll just control the speed manually. So right now we should still be descending, and so let me just put that there. And right, which is so odd because okay, well anyway, see there it goes doing the thing again. It'll start descending, it'll come back up, and then it'll come back down. This is like a super drastic descent right here. Like would not want to be on this flight coming into Atlanta right now. As I mentioned, we'd hit a little turbulence in the clouds, which definitely hidden, but nothing bad. You know, it's just kind of normal. See, we get a little shake in there, a little rumbling. The speed modes, like I don't understand this stuff. I gotta, like, I don't know what thrust lever means. I don't know, like I mentioned with the circle, like I feel like maybe I should be bringing this circle down. Oh, maybe I should be in like idle or something with that. Maybe on a descent, maybe I should be at idle. I'm not sure, but oh, okay, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It's interesting. Something to keep practicing on and getting used to. So as you can see, we're coming in. Oh, this is weird. So this is saying oh, these are other planes. Oh, I didn't even know it showed other planes. I was like, this is saying I'm going that way. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I had no idea it did that. Okay. So this is us here. We're coming over the lake. again, with getting used to the plane, right? The flaps are different because there's only what three? Where's flaps one, two, and full? Well, that's different. But we're good though. Coming in nice. I feel like we're right on point. I'm ahead of the curveball in my head. You know, that's the one thing too. You can get behind in your head. So I don't want to get behind, but I know what I'm doing, so I'm okay. Oh, no worries. I forgot that checklist completes like every single thing. So that was totally my bad selecting that. But we should still keep coming down, and our speeds we should see start to go up. Yeah, it was totally my fault. I forgot it does the entire thing. So I think there's another plane right here flying the same arrival. All right. Okay, we'll speed back up here a little bit and get ready for our approach. Okay. See the nice little scenery outside. Looks great. I feel like I thought we'd get a nice little view of maybe downtown or midtown. We might get it off to our left as we're coming in, but we'll see. Interesting. Okay. Woo. Okay. I jacked myself up with that checklist. Well, let's see where we should be around right now. So 54, 6 down to 4, down to 27. 27. Okay. No worries. I didn't even realize that autopilot had turned off. But again, these learning curves, you know, we'll get there though. It's all a learning process. All right. So yeah, I'm thinking should see Atlanta downtown somewhere from where we are. It actually might be a little bit more that way. But anyway, nice day for a flight. I'm definitely gonna put her on the ground. At least that's my plan. Okay. I am a little lower than I should be, but that's okay. I'd rather be too low than too high. So we'll get her on the ground though. We'll get her on the ground. Again, like I don't know if the autopilot is broken, or I just don't know if I'm not using it right. But again, man, this is why you buy things like this. This is why you fly. This is why you do it, because you know it's all a work in progress. It's all a learning process, So it's all good. And I think it's interesting that traffic doesn't show up on the PFD. I think that's interesting. I don't know if there's something I need to click for that or what, but it would be nice to. I can see traffic off to my, like right in front of me to my right, but I see it on the map and I can see that they're going, away from me. But it would be nice to see, that traffic like you can on the 737 on that PFD. I have a plane that's behind me that's flying the same approach. They're actually flying way faster than me. They'll probably come over. See it. If I sit down in the chair a little bit, they'll probably fly right over us because they're hauling. All right, let's check to see where we need to be altitude wise. Let's see. We should see that plane. Let's see. You can see them right here. Now I don't know if they're on the same line. Now that maybe they've seen us, they've slowed down, but it looks like they're still creeping up on us pretty fast. But again, like I said, I'm low, which is good. Which is good that I'm low, because if this person, is used to flying the approach and they're flying it at the right altitude, unlike myself, then maybe I would have held them up. But let's see. Like I said, we should see them. Maybe especially if I go outside. Let's see. There he is, right up there. So now a part of me, now he's deviating from the approach a lot. So maybe he wasn't actually flying the approach. Maybe he's just flying. But that's interesting because he is descending. He might be coming in on another approach. So, anywho, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of dope though that it does that, and you can see that. And that right there, I mean, that's another person flying. You know what I mean? So that's kind of cool. You see, we're moving around a little bit. We're hitting some turbulence here in these clouds. Starting to see some of the Atlanta suburbs there. I assumed Yeah, I would love to know where this cat is going. I'm gonna keep my eye on this plane over here. And it actually looks like planes. Okay, I was gonna say it looked like someone was landing, but okay. See, I'm not on VATSIM or anything right now, so I can't really announce my intentions. And I want to say that it looks like that they're taking off in my direction. But it also looks like they should be far out of the way by the time I get there. So that's funny. Anyway, just look how beautiful this looks, man. Beautiful Atlanta morning.
It's very, I mean, look at this scenery, bro. I love this. It's just, man, you know how much stuff you'd have to have in an X-plane or FSX or anything, steam it, whatever, to have this type of scenery just out the box. It's almost unheard of. A lot of planes on the ground. I don't see anyone hit it for the runway, so I should be okay. I am watching this guy that was with us out here because he could be coming in for a landing somewhere, but I'm looking okay right now. I predicted we would be around 150 for a landing, so look at that. Look at that. That's almost right on point. Like I said, I knew, and then what else I said? I'm gonna come in a little slower, and that's exactly what's happening. I'm coming in a little bit slower than I anticipated, but again, we should be right at should be right at 150-ish. So be able to see a little bit more of that scenery once we drop below this cloud layer here in just a moment. And it doesn't look like that guy is coming in for a landing, so I'm not sure what he was doing, but huh. Now I'm going to start slowing down here once I make this turn. Throw those flaps out. Okay, so we're setting up for landing. Let's see if we can put her on the ground here. Zero idea why we're diving to the ground the way that we are. Was that just way too high? Huh. All right, we are coming in. Now I'm going to take over from way back here because we're a little off. So, oh, okay. So we'll turn autopilot off.
Okay, so we're pretty much lined up here. We'll see if we can't set her down.
3,000.
Oh.
500. 400. 300. 200. 200. 100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard 5.
Not bad at all. Not bad. Frames are terrible, just whatever, but not a bad landing at all. Wow. I'm very happy with that. I had to fight with that a little bit to get it down, but I'm very happy with that. Alright, let's get auto brakes off, get our flaps up. Speed brake unarmed. A little bit more speed here. Get the heck off of the runway. What a very nice landing. Super excited about that. Thank you very much. And thank you for watching, man. I greatly appreciate that. I want to turn off right here. I had to really fight with that a lot. I can't wait to go back and watch that. I hate that the frames get so crappy on the ground here. I bet you if I go outside, the frames are okay though. See? It's just what it is right now with the sim, you know. And I'm not hating on it, you know. It runs a lot better when I'm not live streaming. So take it for now. They'll improve it. A lot of other planes here, which is cool. See you. Thanks for tuning in. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this flight. Great landing. I can't wait to go back and watch that. Very excited about that. So we get the APU started. We'll get everything shut down, but we'll see you on another flight. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great day and enjoy the weekend. Should be nice out, at least here in this part of the country. See you.